Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an announcement video. I am Sylphin. We have the new Twinblast and the very first, at least for me, glimpses into some gameplay on Monolith. And oh boy, there is some Easter eggs in here. Things that if you pay attention, you can gleam. I am so excited. Twinblast looks like complete baller. So guys, let's get right into it. So ladies and gentlemen, here is Twinblast. With Monolith coming out, they're going about classifying them in their classes with traits. So instead of kind of a ranger carry kind of thing, they're going for traits. So Twinblast as a marauder means that he is a carry, kind of the old-fashioned carry. By the end of the game, he's going to be doing a crap ton of damage, as you will see here in this video. He is an attacker. Simply just attacks. He's very aggressive, but he is elusive. With his rocket boots, he can sidestep people and get out of a lot of things, a lot of abilities, lots of ultimates, things like that. So he's very elusive and he's very bursty. They have made Twinblast surprisingly bursty now. It's quite incredible. So here it is. We're going to just kind of watch this through and I will talk you through it. So Twinblast, guys, completely different. Here he is doing his thing, dealing a crap ton of damage. Just look at those numbers, melting them away. They recommend damage and attack speed here, and this is his rapid fire. He shoots 3 basic attacks very quickly, dealing a percentage of his damage to minions with each shot, and heroes as well. Minions take more damage than anybody else, but heroes take a little bit reduced. So there is his rocket dash, as you can see. That's his good old rocket boots, being able to kind of get out of the way or engage people here on that thing now. As you can see, very elusive. This next one here is his grenade, good old grenade, but it's completely reworked. Now his 3 charges, and they have a short cooldown to regenerate those charges. So about 8 seconds in the late game, you can regenerate each charge. As you can see, you can throw those bad boys out once every second, and there. This is his ultimate. Look at this. What? He basically gets miniguns on his arms and shoots 30 shots in 3 seconds. Completely, absolutely amazing. But it is channeled. It is a channeled ability. So people like this Richter, anybody that has a stun and an interrupt will be able to, kind of get rid of that incredible amount of damage and make sure that, he stops doing that. So that is him, guys. Really not much to say. He pretty badass. I am so excited to play him, guys. His kit looks absolutely fantastic. I love the rapid fire, being able to shoot 3 of your basic attacks very quickly. But remember, those are basic attacks, so they can crit. They apply all basic attack effects. They're just basic attacks. So if you focus on his basic attacks, it's a fantastic ability. Every 6 or 7 seconds you can use this ability. So that's incredible amount of DPS, and oh boy, I am really excited as a part of that. Rocket, they didn't change very much. They just changed its range, obviously, just to make it scale with the new map and everything. The grenade, as you're seeing right now, he finally has some wave clear instead of his ultimate, so you can throw 3 of those bad boys out there on the minion wave, actually be able to clear a wave pretty darn quick, and or a little bit of AoE damage there in a team fight. As you can see, the more narrow corridors will be more likely, and his ultimate, I mean, how freaking cool is that? They don't pierce, there's no AoE component to it, but that single target DPS is unreal against a stun locked target, against a whole team inside of a Decker ultimate that you're just able to pepper in there. Oh my goodness, incredible. I'm absolutely excited. So there is Twinblast, guys. is absolutely monstrous. I don't know what to say. After this, we are taking a look here very slowly through this video at the Easter eggs of Monolith here that they have kind of gotten us a little sneak peek here. As you can see, look at the environment, the different map. It looks amazing. So we're gonna take a closer look at this video. So, ladies and gentlemen, the very first thing I would say notice, look at the movement speed. Look at the fast-paced nature. Look at how quickly people are dying. Look at the damage being dealt. How that base movement speed definitely has been increased a solid 15%, 20, 25%, I don't know, but it is quite significant. Like, look at how fast people are moving. Definitely very quick gameplay. Look at all of how the abilities, the animations are quicker. Belka's her thing right here is quicker. Everything is much fast paced. It looks and feels really just juicy. Oh my goodness, it's just absolutely amazing. So if we go back here right to the 7-second mark, I want you to notice here, look at how many minions there are in these waves. Minions are added to each wave as the game progresses, and I want you to see how many minions there are. Look at that siege minion at that new animation. Nice big kind of lob. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like maybe one died here, but on the blue team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 there in that wave. Considering that we start off with 4, maybe I would have thought there that the mini waves would be a little bit larger, but apparently they aren't. Another thing that we need to look at is look at how constrictive the map is. Look how much smaller it is. All of these AoE attacks. Look at this Howitzer's ultimate covering a huge area. That is going to be huge. We are going to be able to get a lot of value from our AoE abilities, which I felt was actually missing quite a bit in Legacy. There's too much of an open space for people just to dodge out. So now you're stuck between a wall and a hard ultimate, right? So it's going to be tricky. Definitely really like that change. Now, something else here, watch his basic attacks on these minions. Watch very carefully. So he turns around here, he attacks a minion, deals about 90 damage, I think, 140, 350, 140, and then 350. Ladies and gentlemen, 350 is 200%, 250% larger than 140. We have crit back to 200% of your basic attacks. So look down here. I will move myself here. Look at his build here. Blast Harness giving him that 50% increase bonus. They didn't change the crit bonus here on Blast Harness in the patch notes, so we have to assume that crit is now 200% damage bonus right off the bat. Crit is going to be much more viable. They have fixed crit, and I think that is absolutely fantastic. It is still viable. As you can see, he is still running quite a bit of attack speed here. I believe that is the Impact Hammer with a little bit of crit, and the Micro Nuke for more crit, but 2 Wind Cover Blades for that attack speed. That is the basis of a Ranger here. Crit finally fixed. So exciting. The next one here is the symbol for power. Power, there is no more physical damage, there is no more energy damage. It's all been amalgamated into power. It's just power. Everybody builds power, increases their basic attack damage and their spell damage, their ability damage, etc. Look at that, just a little thing here, a little kind of cool circle there with a dot in the middle. Very nice. Power, no more energy damage or physical damage. Now take a look here at the fog wall right here, right in your left part of the screen there. There is that fog wall, completely disrupting vision there from looking from the lane into the jungle. You have no idea what is in that jungle, ladies and gentlemen. It is completely off limits. You now have to put a ward inside that jungle because you have no idea. You can't see through it. It doesn't provide invisibility. Somebody stands kind of right between each side of the fog wall. They aren't invisible, but it provides such an opportunity for junglers to come in and surprise an overextended laner that is just completely unaware, because it does disrupt vision. So there's that look at that fog wall. Very nice. It's quite large. I didn't think that they would be that large there, but maybe this being the river wall, maybe that is a little bit bigger than usual. This next one here is the river buff. So he comes in here in the mid lane, turns this little bit of a corner here, and look at this river buff. There you go. Completely destroys it super duper quickly. He only dealt there like very quickly, 93, 100, 200 damage, and it's killed. So that leads me to believe it'll be very, very quick to destroy. Which kind of proves that the purpose of the jungle buffs, they want it to be a very quick sort of thing that you grab while you are rotating to different lanes. So if that is the case, then that would explain why it is indeed so easy to kill. But look at this, it's a black orb. Now it could certainly be something completely different, but maybe that is the black buff returning. Who knows? Maybe they want it to be the black buff so that when you do rotate to a lane to make something happen, if it's an offensive rotation, then you can use that black buff to kill that tower. They did say that they wanted to provide that river buff with a randomized roam buff or lane buff. A black buff would obviously be a lane buff, so maybe a red buff. Maybe you could get a red buff in there to increase your damage, so when you do go and gank, maybe that happens. Who knows? We don't know exactly what the buffs are, so maybe that is still the black buff. Maybe it still has a place here in the game. Now, I want you to see here this next one. Watch this Belka. Watch how fast she uses her seismic wave. Very quick. They did significantly reduce it, but the whole general change of increasing the pace of the game. Look at how fast she is able to use that very, very quickly. Just kind of increasing that, but makes that much more of a viable option, able to actually land the damn thing and have it just be a useful ability. Now the next thing though is watch as she deploys her void drone. Watch her void drone and watch Twinblast's mana. 1, 2, 3. Look at that mana getting chewed up. Maybe that first one there was his rocket dash. No, there you go. 1, 2. Oh, there he used an ability. And 3. Look at that. They did do a rework for Belka, giving her more mana drain on her void drone. I really, really like that. It makes it an actual useful ability. 34 mana drain at fully upgraded in a team fight, and people forget about it. That is huge. In 10 seconds, 300 mana is gone. Look at this. We are only level 6, but 465 mana. For a ranger that has 600 maybe at level 15, that is serious business. That is really, really, that's something you have to consider. Love that change here in Belka. And a little bit of a sneak peek. If you look closely at the gameplay, you will be able to see. Now this next one here, watch as Twinblast comes around and look at the white camp there on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 minions here for the white camp. I believe that those white camps there I mean, currently there's 2 of them, so maybe there's 3 of them now, but the whole point is that every once in a while they reinforce, they gain another minion. Their stats don't increase, but they gain another minion, and that's a perfect example. Look at how there's 4 of them just chilling there, ready to be taken down for some experience. And take a look in the top of your minimap there. You can see that the white camp is indeed white on the minimap, which makes complete sense. The gold buff there that we will talk about later, and some other very interesting things that we might get to later. So I mentioned the gold buff just briefly there, and you can actually, right here on the left side, that is where that gold buff is going to lie, right off by the right lane, just past that second tower. You can see there's a fog wall there that's going to be really scary while you're all alone, hopefully not, as a carry getting that that gold buff. Somebody could come right through there, and that's going to be an amazing spot for a ward. And you can actually see that somebody's put a ward exactly right there, right beyond that gold buff, because boy, you don't want your carry to be taken out while they're getting the gold buff, and give the gold buff to the enemy. That's going to be a supreme opportunity for a friendly jungler here to run right on by, sneak right in there, and while the enemy team is overextended, and pick off that gold buff for themselves, steal it from the enemy carry. So there you go. That is a little access point where the gold buff is, down this little bit of a decline here into that little area. Here he is taking out the gold buff. As you can see, just like we said, there's that fog wall there. That's going to be really important. There is a ward. You absolutely need to have that ward. What the gold buff does, gives you a bonus CP on your last hit. So obviously your carry is going to be the one you definitely want to have take that gold buff. There you go. There you go. You can see all that nice golden hue to the orb, even though the orb looks kind of black there. It doesn't look too hard to take. It doesn't look like too much is involved. He does have a fairly good amount of damage, I would assume. 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, probably 3, 6, 9 points of damage. And you can see here fairly standard what current people do with the mana potion and 2 strike tokens as well. Now here on, I just really, at this point, look at how little health people have. Look at how Twinblast here, I mean, he is still pretty early game, but if we go on right about to here, I want you to see how little health people have. He hasn't been building health. Look at how fast he takes down Howitzer. He doesn't have that much health either. That means that is kind of saying to me that you're going to be able to and should be building and dealing more damage. Finally, our carries, and especially our casters, are going to be able to deal that damage that they should be doing. Here, level 55 CP. Look at Howitzer, still only having barely 1500 health. Because he's supposed to be doing that damage. Look here at this Twinblast, level 14 at 55 CP at 1358 health. Perfect. And another thing is, look at the time, 32 minutes, and it's 56 CP, level 14. Finally, that seems to have been fixed. Finally, you can actually reach 60 CP by the 30-minute mark, 35-minute mark, and be level 15, and not reach level 15 at, way before you reach level 60. Is finally going, or have a CP of 60. Looks like it's going to finally be tied up. There's going to be an appropriate relationship there that happens over the course of the game. here, I want you to see how tight this mid lane is. Look at that choke point here that Twinblast is just going through. It is super tight, super constricted. Look at how enclosed it is, ready for potential to happen. It is a very important lane. The mid lane, it gives you a little bit security to roam between left and right lane. If you lose your mid lane, it's no longer a safe area for you to be in. So the fact that these have tighter areas, removing the ability for people to kind of move around and escape certain things, that seems to me like this is going to be a deadly area, just as you are seeing here. This blue team is completely destroying this Graystone. The Belka that must have just died as well. So it's very interesting to see how that mid lane is going to change. Now, a little bit here, I may be looking too far into this, but look at this Graystone using his leap ability to engage. He now has the lower cooldown so that he can engage with it, and then if needed later on, disengage with it. There's a few things here that we're going to talk about. If you look very closely, I think, it might just be me, but I think that he is actually gaining on this Twinblast. I think he's gaining on this Twinblast. Look at it as he starts to go to the left of this Twinblast. He's actually, maybe he might be gaining on this Twinblast just a bit. What that might mean for me, I might be looking too much into this, is that the movement penalties are additive. If you are shooting, backpedaling, and strafing, that's going to be, 3 times the movement penalty. If you're only backpedaling, that's only 1. Maybe, I don't know. I'm probably looking into it a little bit too much, but just consider that might be a thing. Here we see Graystone's new ultimate, where he slows people, down at the center of his ability much more, and that's kind of another. Sorry, the numbers here, the 98 to the 246 is another indicator of that 250% crit bonus that this Twinblast now has with that blast harness. So crit is definitely here. 250% bonus, base 250, and then 200, sorry, and then with a 50% bonus through the cards. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. There's a little sneak peek into the gameplay of Twinblast, and of course the rework of Twinblast. Oh boy, I already did love the idea of Twinblast. Unfortunately, he was disappointing, right? He didn't perform. It was tough. It was really an issue to do anything with him. He seemed very much underwhelming. So I'm so happy for that. He seems like such a good hero that I am very excited to see. Hopefully you liked those little insights as well that we gleaned from the video. Let me know what you think. What do you think of those few insights that we did see? Are you excited for Monolith? Oh boy, am I. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, share it with the community, of course, subscribe. If you guys are looking for more content on Monolith, we have so much. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of my videos because it's changing. All of the math, the numbers are changing. We need to take a look. Now that crit is at 250, crit is going to be a contender for sure in this meta. So please subscribe if you like that, or simply just enjoyed this video. Till next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.